Because when big business took over healthcare, it's no longer about health and it's no longer about caring. Remember that. When big business took over healthcare, it was no longer about health and it's no longer about caring. It's about numbers. So as doctors felt they could not compete and they could not bill the insurance or hire enough staff to get what they can from the insurance companies, they had to go running to the hospitals to be employed. Hospitals bought them up, and now hospitals are the major employers of doctors. Well, that's a problem. It's kind of like a horror movie where, you know, the teenage kids run to that mansion in the rain thinking it's going to be safety there, and there's carnage in the morning. That's what's going on right now. Doctors' suicide rate at this time is 2 or 3 times the average. So it's not doctor heal thyself, it's doctor kill thyself. I've been there, and I've been on the other side. I know how it makes doctors feel. I also makes doctors quit, drink, do drugs, and kill themselves. When I was in Maine, over the first 10 years, I knew 3 doctors killed themselves. You're working so hard to get to there, to be that doctor you want to be. It shouldn't end that way, okay? We got to take care of each other. We have to take care of ourselves. If you're on a plane, they tell you if you have a kid, that oxygen bag drops, put it on yourself first, and then you put it on the kid. If you put it on the kid first, you both may die. As physicians, we have to take care of ourselves first, and it's okay to do that. Then we can take care of our patients. Because if we're not around, we're in trouble in this country. So administrators have to justify their job, and this is how they do it. They meet all day. Hospital meetings drove me absolutely insane. If somebody had to ask me now, would I go to a hospital meeting or be waterboarded, I would ask if I can get a smock so I didn't get my clothes wet, okay? But you'll see commercials for insurance companies saying, we're your provider of healthcare, or a big hospital saying, we're your provider of healthcare. No, you're not. You're a building, or you're a business. It's the doctors that provide your healthcare. The unsolvable healthcare equation, it's like Kobayashi Maru, if any Star Trek fan, they cannot figure out. It's impossible to figure out healthcare right now. We have to mimic other societies. If you take out the insurance company and you take out the government, boop, it's solved, okay? And people are like, wait, do that again. If you take out the insurance company and you take out the government, it's solved. It's that simple. This is a doctor I wanted to be. This is now. This is a robo-doc, okay? And this is just a picture I quickly took off the internet. This is a guy, he's not even staring at the patient. All he does is click. But I'll tell you what, he looks happy, doesn't he? Look at that posture and face. That actually just kills me. So we have a coding system that has tens and up to 100,000 of codes. It's insane. Is that really needed? No one questions that big data is buying this information so they can repackage it and resell it, taking time away from our patient to fill out ridiculous codes. This is the problem with dogma. You have 100 things as a family doctor to deal with. They pay you on 5, you concentrate on 5. Yeah, I know, Mr. Smith, I know you're suicidal, but how's that sugar doing? Here's why doctors don't do it. You will get patients who would have a positive review of systems, where everything's positive. It'll go something like, Mr. Jones, do you have any headache? Yeah. Do you have any neck pain? Oh, yeah, real bad. How about chest pain? Crushing. Do you have any shortness of breath? All the time. Do you have any abdominal pain? Yep. How about constipation? Every day. How about diarrhea? Yep, every day. Wait. How can you have constipation and diarrhea? Well, it's not easy. Okay. Then you throw them a curveball, because now at this point it's a game. You say, does your eyes burn when you micturate? Yeah. So, Mr. Jones, do you know what micturate means? No. Okay, so micturate means urinate. So does your eyes burn when you urinate? Yeah. Ask them if they do the metric called time with patient. Where's that metric? What? Yeah, what's time you spend with the patient? You measure that? No, well, we measure, outcomes and we see what their cholesterol. No, what about time that the doctor spent with the patient? Yeah, we can't do that because you don't want to do that, okay? And well, it's impossible. You can't spend time with the patients. That's not true. So what you have is this weird concept. If you go in to buy a jewelry store, you buy a watch, you pay them. You don't go away and say, okay, someone's going to send you a bill, and then that's going to be negotiated for a month, and then you may get part of that bill back. You pay them for your watch. Someone sees me, you pay me for my treatment, my advice, my recommendation. There's nothing wrong with getting paid. I think Hippocrates probably did direct care. All right? It's not really that crazy sounding as they make it to be. I'm all for having some insurance. You need some kind of safety net. Something catastrophic in case, but you don't need them paying for you. And when Americans are the best shoppers in the world, we're on Amazon all the time. We can get the prices down if they just let us. And my patients do that. Probably felt that you want to be that doctor that was kind and caring and helped patients and served society. You want to be complete, competent, thoughtful, effective, available, trustworthy. You want to be loved by your patients and you want to love them. You want to fun in your job. I'm here to tell you that this is going to be trouble for you if you want all this unless you do something what I'm doing right now, which is called direct primary care. My waiting room is pretty much nice. It's empty. People relax, but they hardly ever use it because I'm always on time. Get that. You can actually be on time. I do all procedures. Any doctor in this town, family doc, I do everything they do and probably more. And I'm a better doc, and here's why. I'm not saying that out of being cocky, and I'm not sure I'm smarter than them. I will put my 30 minutes to their 7 minutes any day. The positive for patients, I know my patients. I only have 600. There's a doctor I worked with in town helping out had 7,000. How close was she to that 7,000? How much is she helping those 7,000? I like her a lot. I would love for her to come over to me, but she's afraid, if she left, what would happen to those 7,000? Well, you're really helping them all anyway? Proud of that. The positives for doctors on this Doctor's Day, no more administrators. None. I met one the other day and he sang the blues to me about where he's at and I just laughed. It was just great. There's nothing, it can't hurt me anymore. I'm in my safe space, can't hurt me. No, let me strike that. I was at a Chamber of Commerce meeting and someone from the hospital was there and they were going through how great their metrics were, which is whatever. And they said, and I explained what my service is, and she said, well, what is your metric? And I said, if patients don't like me, they leave. And she just turned around and didn't talk to me again the rest of the whole meeting. It was bizarre. Could not fathom that you could actually do that. Patients are astute enough to know if you're giving them bad care. So think about it. I remember being in medical school and having this dream of having this practice the way I want it to be. And it's really nice for patients with nice furniture, and it's a great atmosphere, it's family friendly, and that just got, once I got bought up by a hospital after residency. It was the sign of the times, it is what it was. I wish I can go back in time, but imagine having that control where you can be the doctor you said you wanted to be when you went to medical school. So imagine that. These guys, and I did it, working for a hospital or big box insurer, grinding through 25 patients a day, looking like that dude down in the, with that miserable face and his terrible posture, and he sees 25 to 30 a day, hates his life, has to do computers all night, clicking boxes all day, in that risk factor for suicide, psychoactive abuse, depression, and so forth, and I'm going to be making more money than him, seeing 8 patients a day. So why don't they do it? Why don't they jump? It's tough. Doctors just want to treat patients. They don't want to do business. They are so afraid of the business part that they'd be afraid to jump. Physician happiness is inversely proportional to the amount of bureaucratic drag on their lives. And I have zero drag, okay? I am living that fantasy I had when I was your age of the doctor I wanted to be. You may not get there. Those statistics I said in the beginning were said for a reason. This cannot be ignored. Doctors are killing themselves. Doctors are drinking and drugging. Doctors are quitting. Doctors are telling others not to go into it. So you can't ignore that when you choose your specialty or you choose your career type. Be very aware that there's other options. I'll put my care up against anybody because I have time. I know my people. They like it there. People leave my office happy. Imagine leaving your doctor's office happy. And they think, and I think, I've done a good job, we've done a good job together as a team, and it just works. I don't think that's happening right now. How many other doctors like that dude are smiling when they're in the office? I don't think you're seeing that. I challenge you to go to any place, any hospital, and see how many doctors are smiling. I think it's sad.